Hi everyone and a warm welcome back to Warno. Today we are in a game with Lathans and Tanner. This was a custom setup game because these guys are playing firstly on the new dual version of the map, and secondly they are playing with the current or newer version of the WARNO Let Loose mod. Now the WARNO Let Loose mod is an opportunity for strike team members to test changes before they perhaps suggest them to Eugen, or perhaps before Eugen are, looking in more detail at implementing these changes. So it's a good opportunity to see what might be coming if you grab the mod. The main aim of the mod right now, I believe, is to change infantry time to kill and change some of the infantry stuff. While these guys are setting up, let's have a quick look at some of those notes. So, first thing is there's been a little bit of change to carbines. The damage profile has been adjusted slightly. Aim time has been increased, reload time has been reduced, and range has been increased. So a little bit of changes there. Carbines and SMG, salvos have gone from 8 to 1. Reload time for SMG has gone from 3 to 0.4 seconds. Supply cost and ammo consumption is adjusted in consequence. So lots of adjustments to how the infantry weapons work. Light machine guns, for example, as well, they've been adjusted so that they now do slightly more HE damage. They do +4 suppression. They do 10% accurate, or they have +10% accuracy. They have the close quarters combat trait, accuracy scaling, and dispersion has been increased. The medium machine guns, that's the 7.62s, and anything that level. Got a bit of suppression, bit more HE damage, increased accuracy, sorting shot removal. Good if you understand all of that. Damage profile for tripod and vehicle-based MMG has been added. The heavy machine guns, very similar increases in damage and suppression and things like that. I think the big thing for them is splash damage, and also HMGs can now shoot at armored vehicles with the following damage profile. So basically anything up to 3 armor, the HMGs can now do some damage, although with decreasing amounts of damage depending on the armor, obviously. Auto cannons, some general changes there aimed at making them slightly stronger overall, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the idea there. Tank gun, dispersion change. Minimum accuracy on anti-air missiles has been reduced to 12%. I think that's to deal with the man pads. Plane gun dispersion's been increased. Accuracy increased for all bombs from 50% to 75%. I guess that would help with the laser guided bombs. Dispersion increased from 10 to 12 on anti-tank. Smoke, vehicle smoke, aim time reduced from 1 second to 0.1 second. Okay, so that's going to be very quick now, smoking a vehicle. Lots of changes to anti-air guns, generally reductions in their HE damage. Terrain modifiers, building all damage standardized to -50% damage. Satchels deal true damage. Forest, all damage standardized to -25%. Satchels deal true damage. And ruins, all damage standardized to -50%. Satchels deal true damage. Okay. Planes, plane speed reduced by 5%, except for the SU-25, A-10, and Harrier. Turn radius reduced by 15%, except for SU and A-10. SU-25 specifically, sorry. Time on target increased by +40 seconds. Many thanks to Nalyd for his hard work putting the mod together. So, obviously, 2 great players to show off these changes. I guess we're looking for infantry time to kill and stuff like that. Let's have a quick look at what these guys have down. So Tanner is playing over here as the 5th Panzer Division. So a couple of defense spares going up to the front there. Lux coming over here. Panzer Grenadiers coming over this way. And some machine gunners. Fliegerforce as well. Be interested to see how the Fliegerforce perform with the reduction in accuracy for those missiles. Loads and loads of machine guns. So it'll be really interesting to see how effective these machine guns are, because obviously they've had a buff here. They've had some changes. So are they now worth taking again? Is a big question. Lots of Fliegerforsts. Lots of Panzergrenadiers, one tank. Over on the other side, we've got Lathans playing as the 39th. Obviously, always a pretty good deck. Never had too many problems with those in general. So we've got Razvedka heading up here. We've got a BRM-1 heading up there as well. There's plenty of recon at the front there. Here we've got a command which is going to head over to X-ray. And then we've got 30mm grenade launcher, RPOs, a couple of standard, more standard infantry I should say. A couple of T-62s, not bad tanks, and a couple of Strelas. We've got another Strelky BMP heading up that road there. And a few units going down here, but very, very few. Command is heading to Alpha. This should be quite interesting, because obviously this, again, new map, new change of pace, I guess, in positioning of the points. Still concerned about the fact that these two are very close together. And obviously this one's worth 2 points. Because this feels like the middle of the map, this area. So I expect this is where some fighting is going to be going on. We're seeing that Lathans is really pushing Oscar hard. So in the previous version of the map, you tend to see Lathans go for this city down here. And Tanner would have gone for this one. But obviously this time, I mean, you did see from time to time the player on Lathan's side going for the top one as well. But certainly he's going for it this time. And it'll be interesting because I'm really curious how the machine guns perform in this mod now. I think the jets generally in the previous versions have played better than the standard game. But it'll be interesting to see how that pans out here. Some nice early caps for Lathans. Tanner now catching up with that. No cap down the bottom though. Now interestingly, a little bit of a change is that Tanner has 2 access points onto the map for land vehicles, where Lathans only has 1, and it's actually weirdly like in the middle of the map. They just see it there. It's not actually at the edge anymore. Tornado coming in. So again, bombs more accurate now, so that's another thing we can look at. I mean, to be fair, you would hope that, yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate, but generally the HE bombs they cover such a large area anyway. I wouldn't really expect that to be too much different. Infantry certainly taking a lot of damage down here. That command's not going anywhere, it's an infantry command. HE bomber coming back in again. What's it? Oh, he's going for the Su-25. Got a few things going for the Su-25. Strela's engaging. Strela gets a hit on that. Su-25 does go down. Oh. Su-27S is in. Can I get a lock on it? There we go. Follow it round. So much easier to trail jets when you have your controller plugged in. The controller's just smoother on the camera. Well, that machine gun didn't do very well, though it was against 2 BMPs and 2 squads of infantry, I guess. I'm trying to look for them doing damage. That one's all the way over there, so it's not really in this fight. Looks like Tanner's out in the lead here, though. Another jet goes down because it flew over the air defense. HE bomber came in but didn't drop its bombs. I mean, technically all machine guns, including the ones on vehicles, should obviously now be doing different damage as well. It's not just the infantry, I don't think. I believe it would apply to all. So, yeah. 7.62. Now, one of these vehicles should definitely have a 7.62. Maybe not a BMP3. BMP2, yeah, so that's the same in terms of the damage. So, I guess we can look at vehicles as well to try and see how much damage they're putting out. Oof! I think a 185 annihilated that going around there. I kind of almost want to see a big machine gun hitting a vehicle as well. The big heavy machine guns. See if it actually is doing much damage. Tanner's not doing bad here. He's managed to regain control of that point completely and push Lathans out. Lathans still with just 2 units down here. I mean, Tanner doesn't know it, but he could easily just walk into this town right now. He's got probably... would that 30mm grenade launcher defend against both those squads? It probably wouldn't do well against these vehicles. I think Tanner could take that, because Lathans doesn't have enough there. BMP's coming in the back here. He's trying to surround this point to get in it. I mean, the big thing at the moment is Lathans is just ticking up the points here. Finally, that's capped as well now. Lots of infantry commanders for Tanner. Some Leo 101's coming in. I mean, what we're not seeing here, interestingly, is ATGMs. I mean, for example, Tanner in holding this town, you know, a big thing is usually ATGMs to kill any incoming vehicles, but we're not seeing any ATGMs, to be fair, other than what comes with certain tanks and the BMPs. And I really don't think the meta would have changed that much. I don't think there's like any major changes in this Let Loose mod to ATGMs. The choppers coming in. They are ATGM choppers at least, with a hot 2. But he's going to have to be careful because there are some Strellas there. I mean, there's not a lot defending this point either, and it is worth 2 points. These 2 middle ones are worth 1 each, and this one's worth 2. And that's what I mean about it being so close together. Whereas the other 2-point ones are quite far away from this middle section. There we go. Oh, it's got fire support though. I was trying to see if the machine gun was doing much. The machine guns are certainly doing damage. Yeah, here's the machine gunner here on that one as well. The tank's doing a lot of damage. Machine guns are definitely doing damage because the machine guns from the tank and the M113 were doing damage there. Here we go, machine gunner here on these guys. There you go, they are going down. So each salvo or each fire seemed to be taking off 1 pip or 1 soldier. Just about. Didn't seem to get one on the last one, but it seemed to be working. Quite a lot of infantry managed to get back in here from Lathans though. I mean, they're dying pretty fast. Those guys died very quickly, though. I mean, the problem with the machine gun squads is they are literally a couple of guys. So once they start getting shot at properly, they die very quickly. RPOs here doing a good job. But are getting torn apart pretty quickly by the machine guns and the rifles. I think there's definitely a situation where infantry's dying faster to other infantry. Those definitely look like they're dying faster than the current version of the actual game. Lots of smoking over there, yeah, trying to take out those choppers. Artillery piece in there from Tanner. Absolutely nothing happening at the bottom at the moment. Oh, finally an ATGM look. It conquers. Yeah, Lathans brought in a little bit of reinforcement down there. He's in this top point, though. Although, weirdly, neither of them have a command in there. They're taking this game quite slowly. No one's, like, desperately trying to get more points. At the minute, Lathans is winning because he has this point here. Oh yeah, that was quite effective. I'm not sure if that was just... I think that was a mixture of the... Actually, are there any BMP3s there? No, that was a lot of autocannon fire, so maybe the autocannons are doing a bit more damage to infantry as well. Autocannons firing against the vehicles there. Nice kill. Autocannons certainly suffered in the recent changes. No artillery in from Lathans yet. It's usually Lathans that has the artillery first. Machine guns and lots of fire coming in on these guys. Neither squad taking a lot of damage at the minute. In fact, neither squad taking any damage. One pip of health gone off those guys now. C-25's coming in there, going for the tanks. Getting some kills. Got a chopper down. Loads of damage. Strafing runs by the SU on those choppers. Yeah, choppers got absolutely wrecked by the SUs there. There's not a lot of AA at this side at all. I mean, he's relying on jets, but... yeah. Ground AA needed somewhere. This is finally being capped by Tanner, so that, but immediately Lathans counter caps. So Tanner is still on the back foot here. Lathans technically winning. There's a kind of bomber in there. Now, was that targeted when it first came past? I'm not sure. There's a guy, the bombers still seem very strange. Is it going to hit the building? Oh, it did drop its bombs. You can just barely see them. And it did hit the building, so... killed one squad. The machine gunner survived. Sneaky motor strike around the bottom there. A little bit of movement here as well. Those artillery aren't doing a bad job at just damaging, if not killing, stuff on Lathan's side. Nice push here from these on these vehicles. I'm still looking for a heavy machine gun on some vehicle. I don't think any of these have heavy machine guns. That one does. That heavy machine gun was firing at the Marders. Marders have 2 side armor, 1 rear, 1 top, so it can fire at them if it does up to 3 armor. So yeah, I think that was firing at them there. I want to see more of that. I want to see if it's actually doing damage, though. Tanner achieving some good control here. I mean, he's managed to push all the way out here. Lathans is now backed into that corner. He's kind of cut off from his reinforcements down here. Not as very many reinforcements. T-80BV will be an issue. T-80BV obviously now having the 12 health points because of the ERA trait. Trying to see some infantry on infantry combat, but there's a lot of artillery coming in. Yeah, tanks firing. Bigger machine guns here as well, look. The heavy machine guns. Maybe we see those firing the machine guns at something as well. Oh, Leo gets a kill on the command. Really, really nicely done by Tanner here. I mean, he has completely cleaned out Lathans units. Completely cleaned them out. Lathans is pushed all the way back here. And he is bringing in reinforcements. Here's all the Conkers coming in now. Now we're seeing the ATGMs. Marker's going down on those things at the back. He's had enough of that, but really well played here from Tanner. I mean, he has absolutely smashed Lathans' forces. So Lathans will now need to build back up to push back in. Your force coming down here to the middle. Is that all he has, is Flieger Force? That's all I'm seeing him bring in is anti-air. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, Alfcall here taking some shots from those tanks. Okay, there's main cannon shots though. They always do reasonable damage. I mean, this is the thing. Tanks have always been really good fire support. What I'm looking for here is autocannon fire support, machine gun fire support, more than anything else. And obviously, close quarter combat with the infantry, infantry on infantry. There goes the Uragan. It was coming sooner or later. Counter battery fire. But Tanner is moving those around. So he should be okay. Ah, some Rolands. You do have some anti-air in that deck. I wondered when we were going to see something. Obviously, it's now going to be Tanner's intention to push this point. It would be very hard to push this one because it's so far away. He's got a lot of open ground to cover, really, and that's well defended by Lathans. Look at all the Conkers and everything there now. Let's see, Conkers can see not a huge amount on their own. But as long as there's recon up there, they can see obviously through all of those forest areas. Conkers down there as well. There's some recon over here. Yeah, so we'll be able to see through some spots. Conkers up there as well. Not the best line of sight for those ones. Guess they need to be in here. But then they might not see that side. Oh. Not there's been any changes to the grenade launchers, I don't think. Though it has managed to set fire to the ground there. Is that new? Marker's gone down on them. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen the grenade launcher set fire to stuff before. Maybe they just have a chance to do it. Certainly still causing a lot of stress very quickly. And stunning down. Not killing very quickly anymore, I would say. One soldier per volley. I didn't even get one that time. Feels like the damage has been reduced on that compared to what it once was, but you know, that's more of a general game thing. Just because there were a lot of changes to the splash damage on those, so I don't think they damage quite as many now when it's hitting the infantry squad. Tanner has managed to clear everything out of this area. Obviously, there are sneaky infantry around the back there, but I don't think they're going to do a lot. They maybe could kill some reinforcements, some supplies or something that are coming around the back, but I think all of this is for the artillery pieces. Uragan is firing at something again. He's firing at this lot here. This might get him some kills. There's a Leo 2A3 in there now. There's a load of tanks and stuff up here. Yeah, Tanner is going to make a move on this point sooner or later. We're only halfway through this game, so it could go either way, but obviously there's been the situation that Lathans has gone very on the back foot because he lost a lot trying to assault that point. Lots of stuff coming in to defend now, though. So it's not going to be an easy push for Tanner. He's kind of missed that opportunity where there were very few reinforcements ready. But now there's more and more arriving. Good use of artillery here, though, by Tanner throughout the entire game. Absolutely annihilating that squad. Youch. Marker's gone down again on there from Lathans. Still just got the Uragan in, which is currently holding fire. I need to fire on this lot, though. More choppers with the hot 2s coming in. Lathans still being a little bit pushy at the top here. Those Mortar keep pushing up again. Tanner keeping his guns moving, which is good. Here comes the Uragan firing at this area. All those Panzer Grenadiers will stop further back, though. Good damage from this right now. Look at that. Absolutely wrecking the infantry in those buildings and the infantry trying to run away. Command just survives. Ooh. Oh, what a shot on that. Oh. P.Uri.Tanner, that was brutal. That rocket hit the supply trucks, killed the command, basically killed the Jaeger. Smoke going down there, I mean, I assume to push these guys in. We're seeing those Marders coming in there. We do have a BTR in here with a heavy machine gun. I'm looking to see that heavy machine gun shoot at these Marders. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know. It's a 1A2. It has 4 front armor, so I'm not sure it can pen the front armor, but it should be able to pen the side armor. So that's what I'm looking for. Oh, he got them out pretty early there. I was expecting him to just charge into the town or get pretty close before he deployed. Loads of tanks coming down here. We'll meet that T-80BV. T-62 is being pulled back. Lots of shots going in that T-62. Oof. Yeah, that's dead. There's no way this is surviving that fight. Unless the T-80 wasn't there in time to distract. Loads of reinforcements going in for Tanner. I mean, he's going into this point. Come on, show me a BTR firing at a Marder. Show me those heavy machine guns in action. There's got a bomber came in there. Has been shot down by the Rolands. SU-27S coming in. Lathans making a push on this point and on these units defending it at the same time as this push is going at the bottom. And obviously that's something we see in these, you know, high-level games. If one side of the map is pushed, the other side gets pushed as well. SU-25 getting hit by those Rolands and taken out. Rocket attack jets swinging across the middle there, doing a bit of damage. With SU-25 coming in, going for those Marders. Oh, nice strike. SU-27 still flying around at the back there doing damage. But Tanner did get into the town. Or near enough. He's in the forest next to the town. Panzer Grenadiers coming in down at the bottom here in the M113s. Have we seen this firing anything yet? Vehicle-wise, no. It's getting wrecked by the autocannons, though. Artillery coming in on this building. I was going to say I want to see some infantry killing here, but the artillery's still coming down. We should get to see some infantry on infantry combat without artillery intervening. BTR's getting some shots off at these guys. No real damage yet. UAZ with a heavy machine gun firing at those guys. Are they taking much damage? Oh, they're routed. I can't click. Oh, it's dead. Never mind. Leo 203 taking hits from the conkers there. Autocannons may be doing more than they were damage-wise. Does it feel that way to anyone else? Very possibly. Come on, get your infantry in there, Tanner. I want to see the infantry versus infantry combat. Lathans made a good move up here, though. He has managed to get pretty close to this point. Obviously, Tanner's pumped a lot into this. These units going around the back to the back point. Tanner has managed to get that recon unit around there. Command's pulling really far back out the point now. There's another Pioneer commander coming in. Yeah, I mean, Tanner has this point. Lathans is out. There's no way he's staying in this point. Here we go. I mean, it's overwhelming infantry forces, but still getting fire support from all the vehicles around. Panzer Grenadier up here getting hit pretty hard. Rockets on choppers not doing a huge amount to that there. Oh yes. SU-25 rocket attack coming in and just laying waste to everything in front of it. It's always fun to watch them come in. What else we got going on? Still somewhat of a push up there. Currently Tanner with +2. He's got reasonable map control over this entire area, but I'm worried he's starting to lose control up here. Lathans has managed to bring in plenty of forces there. Nice crash. Look at the burning on that crash. The only thing is, when you zoom in and out, depending on the settings you have, obviously it all changes sizes. It's something to do with the 3D settings. So it looks a bit weird when you zoom in and out. Yeah, Lathans bringing in plenty for the top still. I mean, it's looking good for Tanner right now. If he can maintain control of both points, but he needs to reinforce the top. There we go. He is bringing in Panzer Grenadiers, but look at the middle of the map. Do you notice something that I've completely missed here? Where's Tanner's artillery gone? There is a single Motorstrelky BMP here, and there are no artillery pieces here. In all of the confusion of what was going on up here, I think Lathans has managed to sneak around the back with those Motorstrelky and kill all of those artillery pieces. He's probably about to get some kills on these as well. Yeah, 1. 2. Does he get the third one? Oh, so close. Oh, we're going to get to see some... infantry on infantry action. A little bit of fire support from that, maybe. Currently it's firing at those. Taking a while to go down. Obviously, minus 25% damage here, but... is that firing at it now? No, it's literally just the infantry. They're definitely doing damage. Trying to get the M113 in range to fire. There it goes, firing now. Oh, and he lost the M113. Surely these guys are going down. I mean, the thing is, these guys that are outside of the forest are already really... That's one way to do it, rocket jet. I was about to say their cohesion's very low, but I guess they did have ATGMs landing next to them. Well, the equivalent of RPGs. Over the front, Tanner still very much in control here. A bit more infantry fire. There's a lot of fire going in on those, though. Am I correct in thinking, then, that infantry time to kill is definitely lower? so they're dying faster. Lathans is back in this point. Alpha Jet doing a good job here. But not so good against the Cubs. Uragan at the back there. See how much damage that's doing to these guys in the buildings. Flattening the buildings pretty effectively. Now, an interesting change from the previous versions of this mod is the ruins are no longer garrisonable. Do you remember in the previous version of this mod you could actually put your units in the buildings after they've been destroyed? So it kind of treated them similar to a normal building. But that's not the case in the mod anymore. I wonder why he changed that, I'm not sure. So I think autocannons are doing more damage to infantry. And I think infantry are dying faster in infantry v infantry combat. The machine guns, I think, are doing a little bit more than they were. I've still yet to see a heavy machine gun rail on a vehicle in this game, which is a shame. I think that's something I would have liked to see. Tanner slowly losing control of this, but has managed to gain control of this back point at the bottom. So it's currently on +4. And it is all about point control. So he's doing a good job here. Oh, what's this firing at? He's firing at infantry. I'm wanting to see this thing with this heavy machine gun fire at a little vehicle. T-80 hitting those vehicles coming down the road at the back there. A couple of T-62s coming in as well now. Your 2A4 is in here now. Loads of M48s coming in this way. Not many more infantry though. There is a few coming in at the back there. Looking forward to seeing this little push here from Lathans. He's obviously putting a lot into the top, but he's got enough down here to be being aggressive, I guess. The tanks should take out these vehicles, no problem. He has no anti-tank down here. He has absolutely no anti-tank. He's only got the commander with the Carl Gustav. Everything else is anti-air here. So he's very likely going to lose these units if Lathans pushes. But Lathans doesn't know how close he can get. Just trying to keep an eye on what's going on up here. Lathans has a command in there. Tanner is nearly out of that point. His reinforcements are just arriving. He's got a bomber coming in. What's that going for? It's going for the... Oh, is it actually going to get a hit on it? Oh, wow! Laser guided bomb that actually landed on its target correctly. That is something rare in this game so far. I don't know if that's because adjustments have been made. I know there was the increased accuracy of bombs in general from jets, so maybe that's part of that. That was nice to see. I'm sorry to Tanner, you lost your 2A4, but that was nice to see. That's like something I've been looking for a while. So yeah, pleased about that. Oh, command is wrecked at the back there by the Sapri RPO and the BTR. Literally just this little vehicle left here. I mean, the Fliegerforst pose no threat to anything. Machine guns here. Oh, everything's firing. I was about to say, let's see how fast the machine guns kill them, but everything opened fire. Yeah, Tanner's back in this point. Good use of the M48s to fire across the edge of the town there. Alpha Jet's coming in, doing loads of damage. Don't manage to get the anti-air unit, though, which would have been the ideal thing. Loses another Alpha Jet. I must say, I feel like Tanner's lost quite a few jets this game. SU-27S coming in for that other Alpha Jet. Gets a good hit. Can it get a second good hit? It's being evac'd. Does get a hit. Alpha Jet goes down. Tanner's really defending well, but Lathans is going back in here. And he's getting back in. He's just pile-drived through there. Annihilated those infantry. And now he's going to move all of these units around the bottom as well. I mean, one thing about Lathans is he's very fluid, but Tanner can be as well. Tanner, we've seen in games before, move entire forces from one side of the map to the other to do a counter-attack. I mean, they're both very good players in that sense. They are very fluid. They will move units where they need them. Not everyone will do that. Even in the top-tier players, some people will focus on one area or because of the different playstyles, but in the sense of how these guys move units about, it's similar with both of them, I think, in these longer games. BTR. There's still a tank firing at these. Sapri RPO call out in the open, taking quite a lot of damage there. These guys in buildings died pretty quickly. Nothing defending those Flieger Force left now. T-80 command tank there. I mean, still +1 currently to Tanner. And these tanks are just going in for it, aren't they? Panzer Grenadiers pushing across as well. Panzer Grenadiers doing a really good job this game. I mean, you've got to give it to them. They are doing some serious damage up close. Oh, HE bomber going in for these tanks. Tanks moving out of the way. This is Lathans going to attempt to get the back point there, I think. I think that was the intention. Tanner's rushing these tanks down and deal with it. He's called in some more Leo 2A3s there to help deal with that. Apache rocket might get moved across to help as well. Lathans really good pushes every stage of this game. Constantly pushing back. Look at all of this coming in. The amount of firepower coming out of those tanks and stuff. And definitely the BMP-2s doing a good job with the autocannons there. That's definitely changed, right? I mean, the BMP-2s there seem to be doing a lot of damage. Three minutes of the game left. Where did all that time go? I feel like I said there was half the game left just a few minutes ago. That just goes to show it's an action-packed game as always from these two. You just get lost in it. Motostrelki there getting ripped apart by those M48s. I'm still looking for machine gun fire more than anything else. I already know the tank guns can do damage. I'm looking for machine guns. I'm looking for autocannons. Has this dealt with the Q-move zombie meta, as people call it? I don't know is the answer. I can't tell from one game. I need to see more games from these guys and the other top players to compare. It's very difficult just to go, oh yeah, that's fixed from one game. Because it depends how they're playing. Lathans is struggling. He's back in this point though at the top. It's now +1 because he's got control of this one as well. Leo 2A3's coming in here. Badly damaged already, one of them. Oh, nasty hit from an ATGM there. Almost dead. Almost dead. Does smoke. Oh, nice. Leo 2A3 gets the kill on the T-80 command. Apache in here. Getting torn apart by all those machine guns, by the way. That's really interesting. Look at that. Yeah, the machine gun's not doing a bad job against that Apache there. Tornado coming in, going for that building. Should get the kill on those. That was bombs and a strafing run. That Apache is like barely hanging on in there. Look at that bar. It is basically empty. Panzergrenadiers. This has gone sort of back and forth quite a lot. At the minute, Tanner's won on points in 30 seconds. He's got a command back in here, so it's neutralized. He has won the game, but what a brutal back and forth. Would I expect anything less from these two? Probably not. I'm really curious on kills to losses. I assume it's going to be pretty close, because there's been periods where it looked like Tanner was really out in the lead, but then he's lost a lot of aircraft, and then now looking at it, it's really hard to say, but I think it's going to be pretty close. They both lost high-ticket items, definitely. Well played, guys. But what we were looking for there really was infantry time to kill, which I think is definitely faster. Seeing some good use of machine guns, it was definitely doing damage, and I think the autocannons obviously also doing more damage again. And one of the big things at the moment is the autocannons are doing so much less than they used to, it's not always worth bringing them in. And that's a big change, because I think previously it's always been worth having them there to dish out a bit of damage, but yeah, I think that's improved there. Look at how tight the kills and losses were here, guys. Look at how tight that was. I thought it was going to be by the end, but that is really close. Really close. Really good games. Commiserations, Lathans. Are you now washed up? Is that what we're saying? I think that was the chat on Discord. But Tanner doing a really, really good job there. Holding back Lathans' repeated assaults. Obviously falling a couple of times at the end there, but getting back in. Kills and losses. The Su-27S might just get MVP because it was doing an amazing job the entire game. That's the Motostrelki squad. Leo 105, 2 artillery pieces, and then all the people in the reinforcement vehicles. Maybe the Motostrelki deserves MVP for its sneaky behind the scenes action. I know we didn't see it get those kills, but yeah, I think that gets it. Uragan didn't do bad there. BMP3 was doing okay. BMP2 got a couple of kills. I'm sort of looking for the autocannons for the BMP2, I guess. See what they got. A few kills for the autocannons. Interestingly, nothing to stand out on Tanner's side. Like the big kills, or the big kill lists were over on Lathans. Yeah, interesting game, guys. Well played. And interesting to see the sorts of things we might get in the next WARNO patch, if this is good feedback from the strike team, I guess, when they're playing this. Interesting. Certainly liking the idea that machine guns do more damage, and also I really want to see the heavy machine guns hitting vehicles, because that's a really nice addition. If they can do, you know, a bit of damage to lightly armored vehicles, that'll be a nice change. But thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Do check out the WARNO Let Loose mod. It is on the Steam Workshop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.